Hi everyone, welcome to our Chinese learning channel. Today is one of the most important traditional festivals in China, the Dragon Boat Festival, 端午节. You might have heard of this festival before, but no talk of this festival would be complete without the story of Qu Yuan, a poet who lived more than 2,000 years ago. In Chinese history, there once lived a man who was not only a brilliant poet, but also a devoted statesman. He used his pen to express loyalty and ultimately used his life to defend his beliefs. His name was Qu Yuan. Born into the nobility of the ancient state of Chu in present-day Zigui County, Hubei Province, during the Warring States period, Qu Yuan was known for his intelligence and vision. As a young man, he held an important position in court and advised the king on national affairs. He advocated for internal reform, talent promotion, and forming alliances to resist the rising power of Qin. But his progressive ideas made enemies jealous, officials slandered him, and he was exiled from the court. Even in exile, Qu Yuan never gave up on his homeland. During those lonely days, he wrote some of the greatest works in Chinese literature: Li Sao, The Lament, Jiu Ge, 9 Songs, and the Tian Wen, Heavenly Questions. These works blended his personal sorrow, national fate, and philosophical inquiry, and established a unique poetic style known as Chu Ci, which established a milestone in the history of Chinese poetry. I quote one of his famous lines of poetry: 举世皆浊我独清，众人皆醉我独醒. It means all the world is muddy. I alone am clear. Everyone is drunk. I alone am sober. The contrast between muddy, clear, and drunk, sober underscores his moral integrity. There's a story about how he wrote these lines. After being exiled, Qu Yuan wandered along to the riverside. He was full of sorrow, with a weary and lonely expression. Sitting beneath a tree, he gazed at the river, lost in thought. Just then, an old fisherman paddled over in a small boat. Seeing Qu Yuan, the fisherman asked why he looked so sad. After hearing his words, the fisherman advised him, "If everyone in the world is muddy, why not stir the water a little yourself? If everyone is drunk, why stay sober all alone? Doing so will only isolate you." But Qu Yuan replied, 举世皆浊我独清，众人皆醉我独醒. All the world is muddy, I alone am clear. Everyone is drunk, I alone am sober. And then the fisherman smiled gently, said nothing more, and quietly rode away. Unfortunately, when Qu Yuan heard that his beloved country had finally fallen, he was overwhelmed with grief. He walked into the Milo River and drowned himself, choosing death over betrayal of his ideals. After he drowned himself in a river, the people who loved and respected him rushed to save him. People beating drums and rolling boats to find his body. In order to protect his body from being eaten by fish, people also throwing zongzi, sticky rice dumplings, into the river. Thus gave birth to today's dragon boat racing and zongzi. Legend holds that after Qu Yuan drowned himself in the river, people began holding dragon boat races annually to commemorate him. The pounding drums and gongs on the boats symbolize the awakening of courage, while the synchronized paddling embodies utility and teamwork. Today, dragon boat racing has grown into an international sport, yet its roots remain deeply tied to cultural heritage and remembrance. Chu Yuan's life epitomizes the Chinese cultural ideals of loyalty, patriotism, and idealism. His spirit continues to inspire generations of Chinese people today. This is the most popular theory about the origin of Duanwujie. But when I do some research about Duanwujie, I find the other theories about the origin of Duanwujie. To commemorate Wu Zixu, a senior official of the state of Wu during the spring and autumn period, 770 to 476 before the Common Era, to celebrate the Chinese dragon, to fend off the plagues, and to observe the summer solstice. The Duanwujie now is celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th lunar month. People have zongzi on this day. It's the culture food. Zongzi comes in different flavors, sweet or savory. The main ingredient of zongzi is glutinous rice wrapped with fillings such as salted egg yolk, pork belly, sweet bean paste, or red dates. The wrapping uses bamboo or reed leaves tied with string. The steps include folding the leaf, filling the rice and ingredients, pressing it into shape, and tying it tightly. Once wrapped, zongzi are steamed or boiled for 2 to 3 hours to fully develop their flavor. Have you ever eaten zongzi before? If you have, do you like it? If you do, remember not to overindulge, because the glutinous rice can be heavily on digestion. Health comes first. Thanks for watching. See you next time.